I am the only thing between you and the closing session, huh? All right, so let me get a feel for the gang here. How many of you saw me at the tech share? Let me see your hands. Awesome. How many of you saw me at the augmented reality little doohickey thingy? Yeah, you were all the way in the back and the screen looked like this big? Yeah. All right, cool. So there's going to be a tiny bit of repeat in some of the things I show, but I also want to show, obviously, as much new stuff as I can. So I'm going to be asking questions, who knows this, who doesn't, because I want to make sure that if you're ending with me, that we end with the best possible one that we can. So I agree. But, you know, I always do the really awesome stuff at the tech share, but I want to make sure I cover some stuff here. So if you were in who was in yesterday's SmackDown? If you're in my SmackDown yesterday, this is a repeat, but I think it has to be repeated because it's one of those insanely slick things. Where are my Mac users? Raise your hands. Awesome. Where are my Mac users that have an iOS device? Awesome. All right, so this is new, and this is really slick. And it requires Yosemite, which I told people the story yesterday that someone came up to me and said, Yosemite is the newest operating system on Mac? I'm like, yeah. He goes, I had no idea when I saw it. I've been telling everyone to upgrade to Yosemite. And all I'm thinking is that mountain range for a desktop pattern didn't help the cause at all for Yosemite. So you need to have Yosemite, which is the most recent operating system. And what I have here is I have an iPad, and with my iPad I have a simple USB cable. It's just a USB cable. Mine looks a little bit different because it's called a ribboned or a threaded USB cable. This allows me to roll this up. It's great. Check it out after the class if you want to. These things rock. And so what I'm going to do is just simply it hooked up to my USB. I'm going to click on QuickTime Player. I'm going to click on Done. And I'm going to tell it that I want a new movie recording. So when I tell it I want a new movie recording, it's automatically going to default to my camera right there. And I'm going to head right here to where the input is, and I'm going to change it from my built-in camera to my iPad. And when I change it to my iPad, it is now going to project my iPad. So now I'm projecting my iPad directly on my Mac using Yosemite, and all I'm using is a USB cable. So this to me is, and just for fun, who had no idea you could do this? So how many of you are like, must upgrade to Yosemite now? Don't! You're at a tech conference, people. Don't do those crazy things. Wait till you get home. And if you're a PC user, you can do this too by going to the Apple Store and buying a Mac. Now, a couple things that might catch you is that you could go here, you have to go here, and you have to change your audio. It says microphone right there. You have to change that to your iPad as well. What that's going to do is it's actually going to push your audio from your iPad through your Mac. So you don't have to worry about separate speakers for your iPad or anything. And the boo-boo I always make is I forget to take the volume up. So make sure that you take the volume up, and then that way it will actually play, and then you'll be set. If you go to my website, my lesliefisher.com website, I have an area that says resources. Under resources, there's blog, and this is the first blog entry. I made a 3-minute movie on how to do this. Something I didn't mention yesterday during our SmackDown is that this will record. This will actually record. So if you need to record something, hit that record button, do whatever you need to do. You could even change the microphone to the microphone on your Mac, and it would then capture internally the iPad audio, and then externally would capture your voice, so you can create these really great iPad or iPhone screen movies. So you have to have iOS 7 or iOS 8. It has to be a Lightning-based, so if you have an older school iOS device that won't work, you need the Lightning one, and you need Yosemite running on your device, and you are good to go. So once again, who had no idea that that existed? You just upgraded your teaching experience. It's so easy, and it is Control-Command-F. PC equivalent, I'm not telling you because you can't do this. Control-Command-F will actually switch this into full screen. So that way, if you didn't want to hide the slides or minimize things and you just wanted to show that, it is Control-Command-F will go ahead and show that. So that's your start. Now, the next thing I want to show is one you probably heard of and one you probably haven't heard of. And I want to talk a little bit about screen recording. And I'm going to guess most of you have heard of an application called ScreencastOMatic. Who has heard of ScreencastOMatic? Yeah, a lot of hands go up. It's okay to admit it that you don't. We all don't know everything. Who doesn't know about ScreencastOMatic? Let me see your mittens. So what I'm going to do is really, really quick show ScreencastOMatic. ScreencastOMatic is available on Mac or PC, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to record any region of your screen. There is a web version of this. I don't recommend using the web version. I highly recommend downloading the Mac or PC version and using it, and it is crazy simple. So I'm going to click on delete. It's then going to show my mug. Let me move my mug out of the way. And I'm going to then draw the region. And when I draw the region here, I can click on record. And then it's going to count me down. Actually, right now it's saying it needs to hide my mug because it's in the way of the recording. So it'll bring me back, and it's going to count me down. And then I'm going to go, hey everyone, I just told you about that great little Yosemite movie, so I want to make a quick screen movie for you. You simply head to my website, lesliefisher.com, then you head to resources and blog. When you go there, you're going to see the very first blog listing is displaying your iOS device on your Mac using Yosemite. Simply click on that, and that's going to take you to a web page that has a video that shows you all the steps I just showed you. So please feel free to take a look at that and share that with your friends. So when I say done, it automatically packages everything. I could resize this. I didn't have to put up a video of me if I didn't want to. I could turn this off, and then I'll click on play.
Hey everyone, I just told you about that great little
it's going to,
movie, so
when I move the mouse, it'll automatically put a yellow circle around any mouse movement, and when I click, it does like a little blue pulse to let me know. And it's been created. And now from here, I can publish it to ScreencastOMatic, publish it to YouTube, or publish it to a video file, and you're done, and that's completely free. For $10, you would have the ability to save this and edit it after the fact. So like I said, I know a lot of you probably have already known that, and if not, you just learned a great screen capture utility. But here's the fun thing that you might not know has been going on behind the scenes. ScreencastOMatic is currently working on version 2.0 beta. And you have to pay the $10 to download the beta, but the beta is crazy awesome. It allows for full-blown video and audio editing. It allows for overlays. It allows for all sorts of crazy things that you used to have to spend a lot of money on to use on something almost to a level of a Camtasia. So where are my ScreencastOMatic users that had no idea 2.0 was lurking in the shadows? And that's why I kind of mention it, because I just mentioned 2.0, and the people who don't know ScreencastOMatic, they're like, what? So it is worth your $10. It is absolutely worth your $10 to give this a whirl and download it. It's actually a pretty stable beta. I really like it. And there's a video that you could even watch, and you'll see that they're up to, and they've been updating it, I think, geez, that's just very recently. They just updated the beta, so they're hard at work on it. If you like ScreencastOMatic or love ScreencastOMatic, you're going to adore this next version that's coming out. So that's the one you know. Now let's talk about the one you might not know. Now the thing is, I always hate this podium because it's like blocking you guys. Hi, how are you? Did they have restricted viewing on your tickets when you bought them? Well, the one thing with a ScreencastOMatic is I'm constantly thinking about that mobile user, and I'm constantly thinking about you guys that might have students coming in with Android devices, iOS devices, and it becomes a little bit painful trying to get them to access videos. You got to post them online, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm always looking for ways to make that process as easy as possible. So what I discovered is I discovered this really nifty recording app, and it's called RecordIt. And its website is I want to say it's record.it, but if you just do an all-in-one RecordIt search, you'd be able to find it. So RecordIt also is available on Mac or PC. So how it works is I'm going to head up here, and I'm going to need to move this, don't mind me. I'm using a plugin called Bartender, which is very entertaining because when it needs to be updated, it seems like it knows when I'm in front of an audience, and that's when it pushes the update, and it says Bartender needs to be updated, and then everyone thinks I'm like an alcoholic presenter or something like that. So for my Mac users, I use this little addition on my menu bar called Bartender, and what it allows me to do is it allows me to take all those icons that usually litter the top of your menu bar and stuff them one level lower, which is really slick. Notice my RecordIt folds into the page I'm going to show, and I just haven't gotten around to removing it from the list. So you're going to notice the screen movie I capture is going to be slightly different size. This is RecordIt right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click, and I'm going to say record. And now I'm going to, just like ScreencastOMatic, I'm going to click and I'm going to drag the region, and it's going to say, hey, click here and tell me when you're ready. I'm curious, how many of you have never heard of RecordIt? Let me see your hands. Awesome. So I'll click here. It says stop. So now I'm going to start doing the same thing. Now you're going to notice I'm not going to get that same little blue pulse that I was showing you earlier, but I'm going to record a screen movie. So I'll go here to blog. I'm just doing the same thing, and I'm just trying to show you how these two guys differentiate from each other. We'll click here. Up pops that video, and now I'll simply go right back, and now it says stop. So I'll say stop. And now it's going to go chugga, chugga, chugga. And what it's doing is it's making a URL. So the minute it turns green, it is showing me the URL that I can go to go ahead and play this video. So I don't have to upload it anywhere. Unlike a ScreencastOMatic, I just have to wait for it to load because you guys are killing the internet. And I'm proud of you. Don't take that the wrong way. I'm seriously proud of you. So now you'll notice there's that screen movie, and I'm getting it delivered to me from a URL. So I didn't have to compress anything. I didn't have to post anything. I didn't have to worry, which I really dig. Likey? But wait, there's more. So you might have, there's no audio. So there's no audio on this one. There is, I think, a purchase option if you wanted to add audio, but there's no audio. But here's but wait, there's more. Very few schools now are totally blocking video, which is great. We're finally beginning to let video in a little bit more. But you might be at one of those exceptional schools that block it. So in the lower right corner, there's a choice here for GIF. And what this will do is it will take all of those frames and turn them into GIF files, basically creating an animated GIF of the exact same thing. So now I have a URL that I can hand out, and it's full-blown on the web. All web browsers understand GIF. It was the first language that was supported, and now I'm getting this delivered to me as a GIF file. So absolutely no video involved whatsoever. If you're an iPad user or a tablet user in your classroom, this is great, because now I don't have to worry about uploading anything, recording anything, firewalling anything. It's all in place. Likey? Awesome. How many of you are like, yes, I would use that. That's a tool I'll use tomorrow. But it's Saturday, people. Use it Monday, okay? Use it Monday. But I use it all the time. I always kid around about mommy technical support. She's actually pretty smart, but I always kid around about mommy technical support. A lot of times you guys will ask me a question, and I want to just give you a great example of it, and I'll just record one of these using RecordIt and send you the link. Makes my life a lot easier and gives you a visual example. Now, this one I showed at the Tech Share many years ago, but I'm beginning to learn that some people don't know about it. So let me get a feel for you guys and see how many of you guys know, as the name escapes me, I can't believe it escaped me. Screen, my screen sharing one. That's hysterical. Thank you. ScreenLeap. That's hysterical. I forgot it. Well, obviously some of you remember it. Who has not heard of ScreenLeap.com? Let me see your hands. Yeah, we got to change that. So ScreenLeap.com, what ScreenLeap.com allows me to do is it allows me to broadcast my Mac or PC screen to any device with a web browser. So get your web browser ready. And I'm going to say broadcast my screen, and this is going to go ahead and, oh, looks like there was a Java update when I was sleeping. Don't you love when software updates on its own? Isn't it awesome? Sometimes. We'll give it another shot. There we go. When all else fails, keep clicking on it until it works. So go to ScreenLeap.com/Leslie Fisher. ScreenLeap.com/Leslie Fisher. And what that's going to do is it is going to broadcast my screen on your device, no matter the device. Did I hear someone just say, that's awesome? Yes. It is awesome. Because everything is awesome. Sorry. Now that's stuck in your head. Don't worry, I'll just start singing Let It Go, and then... sorry, I've lost my mind. If you guys follow me on Twitter, you know that I've been under the weather. So So I dealt with the migraines every morning. I've been taking aspirin, or haven't taken anything stronger yet, but I think the leftovers of whatever I took last night are catching on to me. So, all right, so how many of you are looking at my screen? So I can switch this. So let me go ahead and fire up my presentation here. And let's go here, and we'll just say assessment tools, because there's nothing more fun than being assessed. And so now you're looking at that slide delivered to your mobile device. Reconnecting? Oh, that's my slide. My slide actually says reconnecting. So, how many of you are looking at this slide, though, on there? Yes? Or did it tucker out on you? Oh. It just shows, oh, but did it show my screen early? Oh, it's just taking its time. It might be just taking its sweet old time because we killed the internet. But you guys get the idea. For me, what this is great for as a presenter, yay? It's just slow. You guys killed the internet. Be proud. Be proud of your destruction skills. For me, this is a great way that if I have people sitting out in the hallway and I want them to be able to still see the presentation. This does have audio support, so I can add audio support and the audio would pipe through. For you, flipped classroom, teacher office hours, I mean, this is just a great tool for that. So I love this thing. I've been using it for years. I pay for it because I think for me it makes me a better presenter. The pricing is 2 hours for free per day per broadcasting device. So my Mac, I can get 2 hours for free, and then after that, it's out for the rest of the day. I have a friend with a computer lab. She has yet to pay for it. She just moves from machine to machine to machine to machine. My time's up. I'll show you ScreenLeap. So if you have multiple machines in your classroom, then congratulations, you just upgraded your copy of ScreenLeap. So the retail price on it is $19 a month. For me, it's worth every penny. I have heard them give out educational discounts, though, so don't just go buy it as an educator. Get in touch with them, and they'll probably give you a discount. Also mention my name, because I've been talking about it for years, because it makes such a big change for me, and I've even heard for you guys. I had someone even email me a couple months ago and said, my projector died, and I didn't know what I was going to do. Then I realized you showed ScreenLeap, and I just did a ScreenLeap session to all their mobile devices. And it worked out great. So that is ScreenLeap. And once again, who didn't know about it? Oh, yeah, that's good. That makes me happy. That's going to make that coach flight home tonight for 6 hours a lot more tolerable. Can you tell I'm bitter? Damn straight I'm bitter, damn golf show. Those damn rich golfer people taking my first class upgrades. Can't get on my free first class seat. All right, so I'm going to guess that most of us know about Kahoot, because who was part of the world's largest Kahoot? Woo! And I told Kahoot, I go, that number falls, you tell me. I'm not going to let that happen. Who doesn't know about Kahoot, admitting that you weren't at a tech share? Raise your hand, it's okay. Do we want to do a quick fun Kahoot for them? Okay, so we're going to do this really, really quick, guys. So the ones who don't know it, pay attention, because I'm going to talk fast and I apologize. Kahoot, a lot of people will tell you, has been the most fun way of having online assessment for the students. It requires your students to have a mobile device. So everyone get your mobile device out. And you will then use your mobile device to go ahead and answer the questions. So let me go ahead and log in. And what I think I'm going to do is I think I'm going to try to bypass you guys, because you guys are crazy network killers. But once again, I hope you understand I say that with love. So let me see if I can get here. If not, we'll have a little, I might have to go back on. How is your network? Is your network okay, or is it a mess? Yeah, because my iPad, it's so funny, my iPad isn't even, okay, there we go. Let's see if this works. My iPad decided to turn off tethering, like, well, you don't need tethering, Leslie. I'm like, yes, I do. All right, okay. Hold on, I can do this. Let's watch Leslie log in. I'm not giving you the password. You don't think I'm that crazy. Okay, here we go. All right, let's see if this works again. We'll just come here, see if it works. Come on, Kahoot, load faster. Well, the internet's been good for most of the time. So I'm going to go here to public Kahoots, because if you haven't looked at some of the ones that are available, does that sound wrong? You just participate in a public Kahoot? And then you can go here to favorites. And I just, so you know, if you haven't dug too deep in Kahoot, You can do searches on things like science and look at all these science quizzes that other people have created. There are thousands of Kahoots out there, but the Kahoot we're going to play is the brand name and logo Kahoot. So I'm going to click on this one, and I'm going to click on launch. And so you get out your mobile device, and it will tell you to go to kahoot.it, and it will tell you to log in with the game pin 497516. I was wondering where the music was. Brad Pitt's in here. That's awesome. I think Fergalicious just logged on. So let me explain it if you've never Kahooted before. For the ones that raised your hand, pay close attention. Can you hear me over the music? On my screen and my screen only, you will see a visual brand name or logo. The person who designed this quiz, some of it's only 25%. So you're only going to see 25% of the logo. Below it, you're going to see 4 choices. One of those choices is obviously the correct one. That choice is going to have a color behind it. So if it was the McDonald's logo and it said McDonald's and it had a gold background, on your phone, all you're going to see are the 4 colors. And if you're colorblind, you're going to see a shape that also corresponds with the color. So if you see gold or if it's a circle, you press that and your answer is submitted. Does that make sense? Okay, so I got 231 of you in here who's like, no, not yet, not yet. And I want to point out, where's our grand prize winner? Where was she? There's our winner from the tech share. She's the only person that got every question correct. And Kahoot's sending you a t-shirt, right? You said they got in touch with you. Sending you a t-shirt. Awesome. All right, you guys ready? All right, good luck, guys. We're not doing all 40 questions. We got a lot of stuff to do here. Nice. Good job, guys. Nice. There's a panda. Where's our panda? Hi, panda. Hello, panda. Panda first place by 50, but Mickey, it sounds like Mickey Mouse versus Panda Express or something like that. All right, let's go to the next question. I'm going to guess you guys know this one. The ones that guess Shell is because BP bought out some shells. So I'll give that one to them. Panda. Oh, but you got a lot. Oh, love you, Leslie. They're actually in first. I don't know how it's showing up like that. It's a shame. It's okay. We go alphabetically here, but except for Debbie. All right, next one. Good luck, guys. So I always laugh at the people that chose Volkswagen. I don't know if they just simply missed or they're driving drunk and they're like, or they need glasses and everything's blurry and they see multiple circles. I'm concerned for these people. If you've never done a Kahoot before, you can change the time. I highly recommend if you're sharing devices going with more than obviously 10 seconds. So you can go up to 3 minutes per question, and if you're in a one-to-many, is what I always call it jokingly, if you're in a one-to-many or one-to-some, then you could go ahead and have this question last longer, and you could say some are points or not point-based, and you guys are just like, shut up, I'm competitive. Debbie, Mickey, it looks like I've fallen off, but that's okay. I'll forgive me. And then name this logo. You know, the sad thing is you're teaching kids that have no idea, A, what that logo is. B, whatever the heck the stuff they used to sell was, is the other thing. So, huh? Yeah. So we're going to do one more. Mickey B. Mickey B taking over the panda. All right, last one. I always love asking this question, and you'll see why in a second. Good luck, guys. All right, so let's see where my fellow dyslexic friends are. 20 of you. I see a bee. I see blue. I'll just go with IBM. Sorry, end quiz now. Mickey, let's hear from Mickey. Then I can go here and say feedback, and you can say if you liked it, if you didn't like it. You might have noticed that if you've Kahooted before and you didn't Kahoot at the tech share, there's a change where the minute you add your entry, it hides it. So that's like an anti-cheating option. It does sound like electronic popcorn. So now there's an anti-cheating option, which is great. And I'm going to click on Final Results. The other new feature is that you can download the results directly into Google Drive. So you can just automatically save them into Google Drive. Who didn't know that? Oh, cool. So you knew Kahoot, but you didn't know there was Google Drive. I feel good that I wasted your time with having a fun quiz. That's awesome. Oh, Leslie, you came back. Fifth. Awesome. So you could download it now. It's Google Drive. If you don't, you just say download results. It's going to download as an Excel spreadsheet. If you've never created one of these quizzes before, they're super, super easy to create. When I started prepping for this world's largest Kahoot, I began to talk with Kahoot quite a bit. If you didn't know, they're based out of London. I'm going to put their average age at 22. I've never felt so old after talking to these people. And they really thought that this was going to be something to use in pubs, and they didn't think about the education angle. And because if you think about it, like London's that's the kind of culture. So all of a sudden, and they said the U.S. was a big help in this, that us crazy U.S. educators started using this like mad, and they realized we got to change our focus. So So now they have support teams, and what's so fun is they said, we turn on a dime. If an educator gives us a great idea, we stop everything else we're doing and we work on implementing that. So it was a lot of fun talking with them. If you know about ISTE, if you're planning on going to ISTE, they have decided they will be at ISTE. So very cool. So expect some fun things from them. And I always got to give you a heads up, they got to make money somehow. They can't work for free forever. So we'll all find out together how they decide to start, making money. Hopefully it won't cost us too much money in the process. So that is Kahoot, and I absolutely love it. So what I'm going to do is I want to jump to, and I'm going to apologize politely to the Android users, but what I want to do is I want to show you a couple apps that you might not know about that I'm really, really liking. And the first one I'm going to show you is also available on the web, so that way the Android users won't hate me too much. And who has not heard of an app called Canva? Who has not heard of Canva? Okay, who has? Okay, so I think I'm going to show it. Will you forgive me, Canva knowledge people? Yes? So I cannot design my way out of a paper bag. It is quite embarrassing how bad I am at designing. And Canva is an iOS app, and it is also a web app. So once again, Mac and PC, whoever, can use the web version. And what this does is it uses design knowledge to help you create a good-looking whatever. So your choices are social media, presentation, Facebook cover, Facebook post. What else do we got here? Blog graphic. Let's go with poster. So I'm going to click on poster. And what it's going to show you on the left side are all of these pre-done templates. So once I see a template I like, we won't go with the girl in the bikini. This is an education conference. I'll keep looking for one that might work here. Let's go with this one with the taxis. I'm going to drag that in, and it builds it for me. Now, the reason it built it for me is because all of this I can move and change. So if I don't want that photo, I can simply change it with a photo of my own or a photo from their site. I can even click here on that word win, and if I give it a double click, I can now go in here, and you'll notice I'm able to actually change that font, change that text. Pardon me, I have complete control over changing it all. I could even go in here to where it says add text, and I have all these little text headings that if I wanted to, I could then take and then drag right in there and add it. Not only that, I could change its color. Now keep in mind, the more you change, the more you're letting your true crappy designer come out to play. So you should like the ability to customize, but you should fight the ability to customize is the best way that I can describe it. So if we head back here to search, I want to point out all the different areas they have in the search, and this thing is lagging on me pretty big. But there's even an area for infographics. There's an area for stickers. There's an area, I mean, it goes on and on, all the different choices that you have here, and it's real slick. Here we go. Thank you. So you'll notice it says, you probably can't read that. If you can read that, that's amazing. Stickers, arrows, infographics, technology, animals, grids, and you have a little search box up there as well that you can do a search and bring up the specific item you're looking for. And remember, I keep telling you, it's also web-based. So if I click back here, you'll notice, look at all of my crappy designs right there at the bottom. Those are all of my designs at any time I could either open on the web or I can open up here. Where do they make their money? Some of their images and some of their really high-end infographics are going to set you back $1. So that's where they make their money. When you're done, you can export this. You can export this as a PDF file, and it can export it to what basically almost any size you want. Obviously, you got to keep in mind the resolution of the photo, but you can export this into poster size and print it out. And yes, they do intertwine with some printing services that you can have it professionally printed and shipped to you. So isn't that cool? I love it. The next one I want to show you is an Adobe product. Who has not heard of Adobe Voice? Let me see if you have not heard of Adobe Voice. Who has heard of Adobe Voice? So Adobe, if you've been hanging out with me for a while, you know that I used to present in their booth. And they haven't been here for a few years, nor have they been at any technology conference in a while. And it's interesting to see how Adobe is going to reinvent itself for a mobile society. And we're beginning to see some of these inventions, and one of them is Adobe Voice. Adobe Voice is a quick and easy way to create a story using an iPad. For my Android users, this is not out for you yet. Can't say anymore. Adobe will kill me. So I will go in here and say, what's your story about? And I'm going to say it's about presenting. And I'm going to click on Next. And so now it says, hey, great stories have a structure, pick one to get going. So you'll notice here I can share an invitation, make up my own story, promote an idea. I really love the icon for tell what happened. That's a story I want to find out about. So there's a couple others, but we'll just stop right here and I'll say, ooh, yeah, pick that one. So I'm going to pick tell a story. And so now this shows up. And so now what it has a mic at the bottom, and it has this area to add graphics. So I'm hoping that my audio, sometimes on Yoast might, my audio doesn't pump through exactly. But let's go ahead and let's see how it does. I'm going to click hold to record. Hi, my name is Leslie Fisher, and I'm a presenter based out of Southern California. So what it does is you'll notice there's these little wavelengths behind, because what it's done is it's analyzed my voice. That is obviously my voice in there, but it has chosen from a few hundred different songs my personal theme song based on my voice. Hi, my name is Fisher, and I'm a presenter based out of Southern California. That's kind of cute, little ukulele going on. So if I don't like it, I can go right up there to the top where it says music. And I have all these different ones. So I'm not choosing the one that says easy. That just doesn't seem right. So I'll go through here and I'm listening to all these different songs. Now the one I always like is Whistle Away. So I'm going to choose that, and that's my new theme song. So now that I have my new theme song, okay, be quiet theme song. Thank you. Now that I have my new theme song, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add the media to go along with it. So you'll notice it says icon, photo, or text. So I'll go here into icon, and I'll say presenting. Well, okay, mistype, who cares? All right, so there's that. Red pen me all you want. Hey, look, it still showed up. So I'll choose this little presenter guy, add that there. But now I can go here into layout, and I can even say I want two things. And now I can add a photo to this if I wanted to. And you'll notice it says from your iPad, take a picture, go to Lightroom, Creative Cloud. And then at the bottom, it says, so there's my first slide, and then it says, then this happened, then this happened, then this happened. And if I wanted to, I could take away or add to that and add additional story slides. And then when I'm done, I simply click on the share button, and then I can say if I want this to be public on Adobe Voice's website or private. and then it will create Facebook links, email links, Twitter, and the clipboard links that I can go ahead and I can share this with whoever wants to see it. So that's Adobe Voice. Do we like? Yeah. I like it too. I think it's real easy to use. Now, how do I say this? Because I'm being recorded. This is going to be bad. Yeah, everyone just talk over it, bleep it out on the video. I got to see something called Project Luca, and so when someone asks, "How do you know about this?" You don't know. So let's practice. How'd you find out about this? Awesome. So last year, someone's like, "Fisher!" I'm like, Project Luca is a video version of this. So there's going to be a version that is just like this. The version I saw, it looked very much like this, but it had video that you could put in instead of the photos, which I think is very important for our kids today. So that's going to be out not soon enough, so just keep your eyes out. I don't know what its official name is going to be. I know when I find out about it, I'll go ahead and tweet it out. So that's a couple of my favorite apps right now. Now, we only have, and this makes me sad, do we only have 4 minutes left together? That just kills me, man. So I want to finish because if you saw me at the tech share, you know how into augmented reality I am. So what I want to do is I want to finish with a couple augmented reality titles that I didn't get to show in the tech share and I didn't get to show in the little augmented reality fun zone thing. So if what I'm about to show you is all new and your brain explodes, please head to my website. I have a full-day augmented reality presentation on there that I really encourage you to download. So the first one I want to show you is a really adorable one called AR Flashcards. And I believe the animals version of this is completely free. So this is my little augmented reality book. This makes it easy for me to show you these targets. And so they show up on 4UP. So the best thing to do would be obviously to cut them, print them out, cut them. I would just for fun put them all over your classroom and make it a memory game on top of it. This has black and white stripes. And then they'd have to remember, oh heck, where was that zebra? So I'm just going to place this down and I'm going to open up the AR Flashcards app. Who has not seen this absolutely adorable app before? Who's not seen this? It's adorable. So I will wait for it to load. I'll say get started. And I got a chuckle because they just came out with an update, so I always read the update to see what's new. And one of the things they put in the update was, made the monkey slightly larger. Thanks for that. All right, so we're going to go here to G for gorilla. And there's my gorilla. And if you click on it, he even says, G, gorilla.
G, gorilla.
There's a horsey. Come on, horsey. Now the lighting, there we go. Now look. So it's just really neat. And you could even, I don't know why, but there's a selfie option. So I want to see your kids just selfie up with this thing. And you can bring multiple in, so we can have like a little menagerie if we wanted to, but the glare of the lights overhead. There, made the monkey slightly larger. So that's one of my just favorite apps for the young kids. The other one I want to show you is a new company, and it's called Loon, ARLOON. And what Loon, it's a company out of Spain, and it's going to make you laugh because some of their slides still have they're in Spanish, which makes me laugh. But this is an augmented reality app, and this is the Loon app Anatomy. So how many of you have seen the DAQRI app, the Anatomy 4D? You probably have seen that. If not, it's another great anatomy app. This one doesn't have the high-end visuals that the DAQRI app has, but this thing does something really cool. So I'm going to go in here and say that I want to learn. And we're going to learn about the respiratory system. And so it's going to bring this up. But what I can do is I can go in here and I can say, you know what? I want to visualize. And this is what I love. It says, well, do you have an augmented reality target for me, which I do? But this is the thing I love. Or do you want me to link to a page in a book? So if there's a page in a book that goes over the respiratory system that you want this app to identify and toggle while your students are learning, it can automatically do that, which I think is brilliant. So I'm going to say that I have the card, and so there is that augmented reality, and I can make it stand up if I wanted to. And now, what I really like about this app unlike the daiquiri one, I can click on specific items, and it will tell me what those items are, and I can get additional content about those items. And I love this. And once again, this is a company called Loon, and they currently have out chemistry, anatomy, physics, and I'm missing one, and I feel bad. I'll remember it on the plane tonight. But they're great. They're all free, and they also have, if you saw me show the tortoise and the hare, they have the tortoise and the hare as well. So we are out of time. I went a minute late. My flight's not till 6, so feel free if you want to come up and ask questions. I love coming here and getting to see you guys. So thank you for being part of my week. Thank you.